What's up, all my crawler friends? Check out what I got in today. New Three Brothers RC ACIS 10 10-pole non-censored brushless motor. Got a 12-tooth pinion, the 56-tooth spur, 32 pitch on the TGH forward motor mount, and the TGH Creeper T. This is the 30% overdrive transfer case. G14 direct power servo, running on AR44s with stock ring and pinion front and back. Well, hardened gears, but stock gear ratio. And the motor is powered by a Castle Creations Copperhead and powered by a 4S Tattoo 850 milliamp 75C battery. So what I wanted to do is first, before we show you some crawling video, show you how smooth this thing is show you the settings that I have on the Castle Link. So let's plug it in here. I'll zoom in the video so it's easier to see the screen. Okay, first screen, the basic. We got the cutoff, auto lipo, that's the default, we leave it at that. Auto lipo volts per cell, 3.2, that's default, we leave it at that. Reverse type, crawler reverse. This is how I have all my ESCs, or how you should have all your ESCs in your crawlers. Comp crawlers or trail rigs. Crawler reverse, so that's basically instant reverse when you need it. VEC voltage, 5.5 volts. That's just power my receiver, and I don't need it for the servo. Servo's direct power straight to the 4S battery. Brake amount, 100%. Drag brake amount, 100% full on. Drag brake ramp. I got mine, I usually set them at very fast. This is basically when you let off of going full speed or let off at all, the drag brake instantly turns on. Some of you might want to set it on fast or medium. It's basically if you're going full speed and you're not used to or don't have throttle control and you let your finger off full speed too fast, it's going to hit that brake on real quick and either flip your truck over forward if you're on a high bite surface, or could break something. So anyway, I keep mine on very fast. I have good throttle control with my finger, and I basically slow it down on my, manually. So we keep that there. Next screen is going to be power. My start power on this motor and setup is medium. Default's low, and you have an option to go to high. I go medium. Max power, 100%. Always set all my ESCs 100%. I want the power when I want it and when I need it, and when I don't, I just practice good throttle control and just, don't hit the trigger all the way down. Now reverse, I always keep my reverse at low percentage. You're never needing a higher percentage of power when you're going to reverse, so I usually keep it around 40 or 50%. So this is at 40. Reverse is just to correct your line, and when you're under pressure and you're in a, you've been trying this line a couple times, and you're not really thinking of the reverse power, and you got to put a reverse to reposition. It's nice to have that low percentage of power there in case you don't think about it and you hit reverse too hard and your truck gets totally out of the line that you were almost making and set up on. Because reverse, you don't have that much throw in reverse to get 100% power, so it's nice just to keep it a low percentage. Punch control, I put it at 10%. That's working good on this motor, and you'll see here in a little while on video. Advanced settings, arming time is 1.5 at default. This stuff we don't mess with. Let's go to the next page, motor. Motor direction, this ESC had another rig happen to be on reverse, and it didn't matter because when I installed the motor, the truck was going in backwards, but on a non-censored motor, you just change the two of the leads coming from the motor going to the ESC, and your rig will go in the other direction. Motor type, Smart Sense brushless. This is what you want it set on. The other two settings, one's brushed reversing. You don't want that. We're not brushed. And censored only. We're not censored only. So you want Smart Sense brushless. And that's what I use on my censored motors anyway, on the Kratos. So that stays there. Sensorless motor timing. I'm just on default right now, 10. And the rest we don't use. Next page, logging, I don't use. Throttle curve. Okay, throttle curve. So at 50% pull of the trigger on your radio, I always set, basically on all my Kratos 10 or Kratos 6 motors, whether it be the 1900, 2750 or 3800, I set them at 20% power at 50% throttle throw. So when you're holding your radio and you pull that trigger 50% in, you're only getting 20% out of your motor and ESC. And then after that 50% pull on the trigger, then the next 50% all the way to full throttle, you're getting the rest of that power. So that makes for a nice smooth startup and rolling into, you know, technical lines, and you know, it's not real jittery. That's actually perfect. This is the best setting I've had on all my Three Brothers motors. So like I said, you're going to set it at 20% up. So if you can't see on the video, I know, but if you look faintly on this graph, there's 2 squares up and 5 squares in. So you're right in the middle of the whole graph, and 2 squares up would be 20%. So that's that. Then brake curve, I don't do anything with the brake curve. Never have. I know some guys do. I know Tom Asher does. But I just don't see a need for it or a big difference, so I just leave that alone. Software, always when you plug your Castle Link in, make sure your software on your ESC is up to date. Probably, I don't know, maybe you should before you go through doing a bunch of settings. So update your firmware, and then that's it. So that's the settings on this guy. We're gonna show you some video here also.